Sash. Show everyone your catching skills, Sasha.
Drop. I need to drop before we catch.
Possible. Give it in. Drop. Drop. Oh, you do it for the camera. Good girl. Sash. Sasha. 1, 2. Bit delayed. Pretty much had a massive sleep in. Went to bed around 11:30 and woke up at around 10. So I slept for about 10 something hours. I don't know how. Honestly, I didn't even train yesterday. But I did indulge in 5 Mars bar ice creams, a massive bowl of homemade pasta, and you know turkey cut-offs. So that was pretty good. It's sort of weird, kind of the last 3-4 months, you know, being really strict and really really watching everything that I'm eating, and it's like, you know, oh, someone goes to me, you know, oh, have this, have that, and it's like, no. Now every time I get offered something, it's like, yep. So yesterday consisted of homemade cake. Brooke, what was in it? 2 eggs, butter, blueberries, raspberries, and then just like general cake stuff. But you know, there was honestly nothing to it besides like 2 eggs and a bit of butter, and I literally had, you know, a decent amount of this cake for the whole day. Had that, and then my pasta and my 5 Mars bar ice creams. So if any of you guys are looking for some sick ice cream, I recommend the Mars bar ice creams because they are amazing. They literally, I probably had about 5 of them, and if you include my total eat time, it was literally under about a minute overall for 5 of them. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm starting off outside. We're just having some chill time. Jeez, okay. Went to you and you've got nothing on. You cooks anything. Say hello, mother.
Hi.
Anyway, so yeah. So this is I'm not sure if how old is this container? About 2 years old. So I'm not sure if it's still available for you guys to get, but this container is a must. It's an absolute must. So yeah, Tupperware. I actually looked on the website the other day. I'm not sure if it was the Australian website or not, but couldn't find it anywhere. So you might be in luck somewhere. I don't know. But these things are an absolute must for all those type of foods. Super easy and saves you a lot of time. Brooke, they can't see your makeup from that far away. Your makeup that you don't have on. Anyway, so today is a upper day. Actually really good. I was pretty sore yesterday, and I've recovered pretty well. I didn't hit, well actually no, I had tuna in my last meal, so I had a decent amount of protein, hit everything that I wanted to get, just a bit of extra carbs and fat from the ice creams, but I'm feeling pretty good. So guys, I've come to the conclusion as of late, not really a conclusion, it's just something that I've been doing because it's a lot easier, it's a lot cheaper for one, is my own pre-workout, not my own pre-workout, but basically caffeine. So caffeine, coffee, whatever you want to call it, is pretty much all you really need from, I'm trying to put the screen around. It's all you really need from a pre-workout. You really don't need to spend the ridiculous amount of money. That's my conclusion. That's what I've come to. You don't really need to spend the ridiculous amount of money on pre-workouts. You know, they're ridiculously overpriced, and I feel like you get the same, if not more. I mean, it's maybe it's not a placebo effect with, you know, all the ingredients that are in it, because they do work. But for the money that you spend, guys, you really just need to be real. I mean, you can spend a ridiculous amount of money on pre-workouts, and at the end of the day, you're going in there and you want something that will just keep your energy levels sustained and help you train. And if you're going into the gym and you're not training, you're going to the gym and you can't train without a pre-workout, there's something wrong. There is something wrong. So this is just a quick example. So this is my only pre-workout that I've got at the moment, and I've honestly had this for about six-ish months. So Core Nutritionals, awesome brand by Doug Miller. Fury Extreme. So this is the second Fury pre-workout. So the original one I really liked, and then I tried this one and crushed apple candy. So I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but sort of, and it's not even when you train legs or you train back. It's like at the end of your workout, you can start to taste that. So for crushed apple candy, right? You can taste like a green. It's a really sus. It's a really gross taste that you can feel coming up, and it's terrible. Whereas coffee, it's clean, it's simple, it's cheap, it's easy. Just drink coffee. It's honestly, guys, you'll not regret it. So yeah, I'm getting ready for the gym now. I've had my meal, and my rule of thumb is normally to be awake for at least 2 to 3 hours leading into a workout, just because I feel like that's when your body is really got its shit together to be ready to train and lift a decent amount of weight. But yeah, so I'm gonna have my coffee, gonna get ready, and we're going to kill an upper workout. Alrighty guys, getting into it now. So we got some incline machine press here. It's actually pretty cool. I was talking to Brooke today. This is an exercise where over the last couple months, really, I've gone from needing a spot to getting the weights up at, say, 20 kilos to getting the weights up now at 45 here and busting it out, for reps. So normally, for those of you who know, for those of you who don't, I've got tears in both my labrums. I think that's the word for it. So basically, if you can picture the socket and the ball of your shoulder, it's basically like on the very edge of that. So the last 3 to 4 years have been a struggle, lifting this sort of weight and lifting these sort of exercises, should I say, in general. But it's looking pretty good. I mean, I'm feeling freaking amazing doing this stuff, and it's pretty cool to see, like I said, going from needing a spot, getting a weight up, to having double to triple the weight and smashing out reps. So, anyway, we're going to barbell row now. So as you would see, most people would normally, I guess, do this off of the, do it off the floor, I guess, or out of a rack and not rack it back. So this is an exercise I've seen, and it's almost like a rack pull, but without going to sort of like a deadlift, I guess. So I feel like you're able to generate a lot more force through the lift. So if I was to not drop it down into this rack, I feel like it would snap my wrists in half, and I would not be able to lift the weight I'm lifting. So I feel like it's a useful tool to lift a lot more weight, get a nice squeeze through the middle of your back. That's basically what I'm going for nowadays, and especially during this bulk, is a lot more thickness. I think that's something everybody can appreciate in their training, is a lot more thickness through their back, and I guess any muscle. Yeah, so that's that. We're going to some overhead press now. Oh, guys, I'm reading this straight off of Sony Vegas. Might have to figure out a better way to do this so I can talk a bit more, but yeah, I mean, these felt pretty good. I think I might work on my form a little bit. I want to try and get it. Like you see in the second clip, I do it sort of one after the other for the first 3, but as you can sort of see here, I'm doing it, rep for rep. So I feel like it's more of a dead weight. You got a bit more momentum going with you. So as you'll see coming up here, I go the first 3 reps fast, right? So, 1, go straight away, bam. So I get 1 more out there, and then I start doing it from a dead weight. I feel like it's more of a power thing. It's like a deadlift or a bench, doing it from benching off your chest, deadlifting straight off the floor, and not bouncing the weight. So I feel like you're using a lot more raw strength just doing that. But yeah, so we're going to some pull-ups now. Probably could have stopped maybe 1 rep short on every single one of these sets. So I'm pretty much showing you guys 1 to 2 clips of pretty much everything. I think 1 clip on the biceps at the end. But yeah, I mean, my form here was pretty nice. I feel like I don't think it's time to add weight around my waist yet. I think it's best off just keeping, getting the form perfect, hitting my 8 reps, and do it for a couple weeks in a row, and really perfect my form, perfect the the contraction at the top, the squeeze, the stretch in the bottom. I feel like that's what I really want to do.
in order to go up and put on some weight. I think it's something that a lot of beginners should look at doing as well, is really getting the full stretch, full squeeze in the top. This here is an exercise as well I've really improved on in the last year, I guess. I mean, some of you might not think this is a crazy amount of weight. It's 31.5 kilos, but for me, man, this is like every exercise, I'm sort of really getting it back, in the gym. So, excuse my Facebook notifications there as well. Brooke asked me if I want Subway. But anyway, as you can see in the video here, I'm sort of going all the way up and, getting a full squeeze in the bottom. So it's basically, I mean, form could have been a little bit better, but, my triceps, like the way it's the same as every muscle, man. You're meant to fully shorten it, fully lengthen it. So getting that squeeze in the bottom and sort of bringing it all the way up to really stretch the tricep out. I mean, I don't even do it this set, so I think I started doing it in the end, so I don't know what the hell is up with that. But yeah, you got this, you got some hammer curls at the end, and I'm really liking these hammer curls. I feel like you can get a full constant tension squeeze in the side of your arm. So these are for the brachialis, for those of you who don't know. So you'll see me as well touching, the side of my arm, but these are something I'm really liking to do instead of, say, a dumbbell. I just feel the squeeze a lot more. I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of it. Yeah, so they're the exercises for today, guys. I think next ep I will go a lot more in depth about talking, through the exercise and explain what I'm doing. But for now, that's it. So I'll leave it on to this, and we'll finish up in the next clip. Cheers, guys.
For my eating today, it's been really... Let me flip it around. So, well, actually, hold on. We got 100 cooked grams of rump, about 165 grams of chicken, 420 worth of potatoes, and then we got 120 grams of cooked brown rice, and then 2 cucumbers. So, what I've done here, let me flip this around. So what I've done here, what, you don't look good.
No.
You're lucky it's dark. So what I've done here, guys, is I put 2 meals into one purely because today's been really crammed. So it's Easter coming up. I'll start from the start. So I slept about 10 hours today. It was pretty ridiculous. I don't know how I've slept that long. So we've done that, hung around for a bit, ate first meal, trained. And then I've got my food now for the next week. So I had to go down to Westfield. Normally I don't do my meat shopping down there purely because I know that a lot of the butchers there are obviously going to have jacked up prices simply because they're in a Westfield and they've got to pay, I'm assuming, a ton more rent than, say, X butcher that's, in a random strip of shops, basically. So really strapped for time today, so it's now 5 o'clock at night. I've got 2 meals into one, so instead of just being my second meal and then forcing 3 other meals into about 6 hours, which I can do, I've done it before, just put 2 meals into one here, so it makes it a lot easier. It's just something you can do. I mean, if you're still the thing here is, guys, is that if you hit your calories, it honestly doesn't matter, a ton how you hit it, but as long as you hit them. So, I mean, don't take that as in like, oh my god, I'm gonna eat all my calories in one meal, because that's just taking the point too far. I think as long as it's spread over 4 to 5 meals, you're good. So, I'm going to add this in to, I think, the end of this video. See, I'm not even sure, because what I'm doing, I'm looking over the footage now. I'm gonna just, scan over it, see what I've got. And I'm going to do a voiceover over all the exercises. So I'm probably going to add this maybe on the end. I'm not sure. Anyways, cheers for tuning into episode 2. I think this is how I want to end it. I got no idea how I want to end this. We'll see you next step. Peace.